What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Today we got a video going over some of the farming routes that I use for certain materials. Some of these things you need quite a bit of, and some of these things are only coming from specific areas. We're specifically going to talk about plant fibers, carbide scraps, diamondine dust, and finally irradiated slag. Um, I usually need quite a bit of these materials, and this is the best way I've found in order to gather each one of them. So just wanted to go over this. Hopefully this will help you out, and we're going to get underway. The first thing I want to cover are plant fibers. You need these for filters, for medical supplies, and for garments, sometimes for decorations. They're all over the place, but I hate just stopping, picking up two or three. So I always head over here to the South Haga Basin. This is actually the starting area. And you want to look down here at the very bottom of the map. You see where this South Watch shelter is? And over here you have the back way. Down below that you see this one little island that's sitting all by itself. So this is where I come in order to get plant fibers. We're going to check, jump down here and I'm going to check my inventory, show you that we are in fact completely empty, got nothing. So we're going to get going here. And as you can see, there's a bunch sitting right here in this one spot. And then we're just going to work our way around this island. There are quite a few of these little plant fiber bushes here. The trick to this is you want to kind of pace yourself. If you go through at a full sprint, then you're going to end up, getting all the way through it, and you're going to be standing there kind of hanging out for a little bit. But if you do it right, this works incredibly well. We just work our way around, and we're going to come up to this side. You'll get used to the route once you do it enough, but, no, come on, there you go. There's none over there, a couple over here. But yeah, you'll get used to this route once you do it and the timing of it. And it works really well to just get as many plant fibers as you can in a pretty short amount of time. And this is a good task for, let's say you only got, I don't know, a half hour to play, or you're just logging in for a short time. Fly over here and just makes this circuit to pick up all these plant fibers. Oh, missed that one. Come down here. It's kind of weird coming back to this area. Usually don't come back here since the start of the game. But early on, plant fibers are, a heavy requirement. Not so much towards end game, but yeah, that's I think the reason why there's so many here. And then there's none on this side. So now we're back at our starting point, and you see, if you time it correctly, you'll get back here and they'll finally start respawning, and you can just keep making this circle. And we got about 200 and some plant fibers here in just that in just that single round. Like I said, you want to time it properly. So here you'll notice that I got some heat stroke going on, so we're just going to stand in the shade for a little bit. And this works well for us because, this is eating up time. But yeah, we're just going to keep making this same circuit. And we're going to do it as many times as we want. And this is what I found to be the fastest way to get the most plant fibers for the shortest amount of time. Another place I like to get these is out in the deep desert. But again, it's going to be a lot smaller groupings than you're going to find here in this spot. There's even a bunch over there on the island across the way. But this one works well, so we stick with it. But let's get around here, see what we can do. But yeah, like I said, you'll get used to this route, and you'll get to the point where you know you're going a little too fast. You may be going a little too slow. Slower is obviously better than faster. So I got a cat going crazy here, guys. Sorry, but yeah. Anywho, so plant fibers. This is where I go, South Haga Basin. Just look for those two little. I'm not sure what they are. I guess they're the caves, but yeah, I think they are. I think they're the little secret cave things, but look for those two, and then you just want to get that little island that's sitting down there at the very base of it. And as you can see, once again, we're back here. They're already respawning, and we can just keep doing this over and over and over. It takes about a minute, maybe a minute 20 seconds to go around once, and you can do this as long as you want. Excuse me. Sun's going down, so I'm actually going to finish this route. But as you can see, I went through, I think, 5 or 6 times. And the end result is I don't have to go get plant fibers for quite a long time. So South Haga Basin, look for those 2 little areas, puppy, and you'll be good. Next up, I want to talk about Carbide Scraps and Diamondine dust. These 2 items are key for making some of the higher end vehicles. You're going to need Diamondine dust, Carbide Scraps for those. Plus, they're also going to need it for some armor and some weapons. The only place to get it is from the Masquerite here around their fortress, and this is where I built my base. There's a reason for that. But I'm going to let this play the whole time. The first chest is up here, and there's the explosion that's from the opening. But we're also going to be doing some fighting in this route. So I'm going to switch over to an armor set versus a still suit. And that takes a little bit of time for the flames to go out and come over here. And we got some Carbide Scraps. Each chest is not going to have each item in it necessarily. Sometimes they do, but it's going to be kind of a, throw the dice as to what you're going to get. But once you get this first one, you just lift up, and we're going to head along the outer wall here. Like I said, I'm going to make this this is going to be a straight playthrough because I just hate it when people cut because I get lost. I don't know about you. We got our first 2 enemies here. Not too difficult. Just come stabby stabs. Not sure. Whatever. And away they go. The Masquerite also have some decent items like those sand trout leathers and still suit tubing that you're going to need to make some more advanced still suits. But the second chest is right here, more Carbide Scraps. Okay. And we're going to jump in, and we just keep flying right along this outer wall. There's nothing on this broken section of wall here below us, so we keep going through. And we're coming up to what's called the ruined airfield. There are 2 chests here. There's one on the outside, one on the inside. I don't normally go for the inside one because there's 4 or 5 people in there that you're going to have to fight. And if you just grab the outer one here, more carbide, you just pick that up and you get back in and you keep on rolling. So, it saves a little bit of time. But there's also a camp right behind this. We're going to head towards that big building in the center. But we're going to make a quick stop right here. And we're just going to kind of sawtooth our way down. There's usually 2 guys here, a melee and then a little beefy guy too. What I like to do is run past the melee person because they try to stab you, and it gives you a chance to engage this guy who's going to shoot. Unfortunately, I didn't get quite far enough, so we're going to have to see. We'll deal with you. And we'll come over here. Yep, just 1 stab. These guys usually have some good stuff on them. This guy didn't. But I like this camp because there's actually 2 chests. The first one is here like normal. More carbide. Okay. And then over here, there's a chest just sitting. There we go. Finally got some Diamondine dust. And once we've cleared out this little camp, we're going to head back to the ornithopter, and we're going to stay along the outside edge. Boop. So we go straight up, and we're heading towards that big fortress building, which I'd love to get inside, but I don't know. We can't yet. Hopefully someday we are able to. When you land here, you got a good fight on your hand. There's 1 person there. There should be another. Yep, there's another guy up there. We're just going to engage the melee person. And we're going to go ahead and pick up stuff here. You've got to watch these Masquerite. They like to poison you. And I'm going to get you. Oh. And done. Quite a bit of still suit tubing. I usually just pick up everything, and then once I get full, I'll dump whatever I don't want on the ground. There's nothing out here. The chest we're looking for is way on the other side there, straight ahead. There's usually a couple bad guys left, so I'm going to go and engage them, and this actually was a little bit more of a fight than I'm interested in with a chain gunner and a flamethrower. So we'll just kite the melee person over, and dead. And go ahead and loot. Ah, set me on fire. Okay. We get a little brave here, tried to push this, but yeah, that guy's tearing through my shield, so we're just going to melee or dodge away. And we'll go with some ranged attacks. Yeah, he was pretty quick then. I'm going to start taking a little bit of damage here. I can go ahead and tank that a bit. With these drill shots, if you shoot and then step out of line of sight, they don't drop their shield, so, you know, it's nice to get in there. Oh, you got a bunch of stuff. So did you. Okay. And the chest we're looking for is right back here. Hey, finally got more Diamondine dust. Cool. At this point, you've got a little bit of time and no more bad guys, so if you need to heal, drink some water, whatever you need to do, this is a good time to do it. You'll see me heal here in just a second. But so this is basically the first half of this outer run. And we're going to get up. We're going to take a little bit of a by route here. And we're going to go to the very top of this building. I don't know if you've ever been here. It's easy to see from the map. And we're going to come up to the very top. We're going to land. Boop. Then we're going to head down here. Looking out over the desert, and you'll see this little nook here, and there's a dead guy. I don't know why he's there, but he's got some pretty decent stuff. Got nice amounts. Good. Not so much there. Yeah, that was good, actually. We're going to take whatever we want. It's always nice to get some Spice Infused dust, but unfortunately, I am full. So we're going to have to drop at least something. I don't really need these. That'll be good. The Spark Sword schematic, I've got a bunch of those, so really don't need it. Yeah. So I'm going to leave that there. But once we get back up to the Thopter, I should probably drop a little bit more items to get some more inventory space, because we've got a lot of running still left to do. You don't have to worry about getting attacked up here or anything. The only possible damage you could take is from the sun, so don't stand out in the open too long. But we're going to go ahead and transfer some items over to the Thopter storage and look at some stuff. Like, I don't even use anything that uses light darts, and I don't need more of the meatballs, so we'll go ahead and drop them. Good on fuel cells right now. The rest of the stuff I'll probably keep. So clean up your inventory when you're up here, and then we're going to head on down on the other side. There's another area that's very similar to the one we were just at, but we're not going to engage everybody because the chest is much easier to get. So we're going to drop down right about here, and we'll take these guys at range. Boop. And boop. So like I said, there's usually 3, maybe 4 guys here, depends. But the chest is almost directly in front of us, just behind that other guy, the second guy that we killed. So we don't have to engage these dudes if we don't want to. They're Masquerade, so we should, but we're going to skip it right now. You can see there's a guy there, and there should be another one running around. But we just want this chest, which is right there, and then we're off and running. So this is the last part of the outer ring. There are a couple more chests, if I'm not mistaken, but they're a little harder to get to, and you can't do quite as smooth of a run if you go after them. But you're going to come down here into the city, I guess it is, and you're going to look for that big opening there you see to the right. And we're going to land right here, and you're going to run straight on in here. I'm going to check my journey for no reason. Now we'll put our shield on. And you want to head straight forward to that little opening in the wall that you can see ahead of me. Before we go through that, though, there is a chest up here on the right, just kind of sitting around. There's no bad guys here, but then once you cross this line, there will be. So you can usually loot this chest and then just get through before taking any damage from them. And now we're going to head down here. And this area can get a little spicy, so you got to be careful. There's 2 chests, and we need that purple band that's sitting there. And there's a lot of guys down there in the ground. So if you stay around here too long, they will engage you, and you could be in for quite a fight. So we're just going to go up the stairs and leave all them behind. If you go fast enough, they won't follow you up here. If they do, the slower guys take too long, so you can kill the fast guys and be gone. I'm going to come over here and deal with you. And get away. Good. And boom. And then there is a chest. See, it's over to the left, but we're going to pick up some stuff. And it's right here. Now we've got quite a bit of a little run here. You can't come down here with your Thopter. It's a little dangerous. Plus, if you hit that electricity, it will kill you instantly. So you want to stay kind of on the ground. But we're heading to this door here. That is what we picked up the purple band for. Depending on how far along you are on the story mode, you'll know this place. Quite a bit of bad guys inside of here. So we want to take a moment, just make sure we're good on water, make sure if we need to heal, we can. And you also want to make sure that all of your guns are loaded. We're good there, need some here. There's one bad guy that's kind of advanced, which is her right there, but we're going to kill you. And then there's a sniper. And she ran away. Good. There's another sniper off to this side. Get you? Nope, I missed. Not going to miss twice, though. And then there's also a sniper to the left. We're going to take him out. So from here, you're usually dealing with that person from the middle. They got stuck somewhere. So I'm just going to go, and we're going to head left, deal with these two guys. Boom. And boom. Oh, he looked at me like, why? Your choice if you want to run around and grab everything from them. But now we're going to come and engage this person in the middle. You got to watch out because she can Bindu sprint. But other than that, she's not anything too advanced. And down she goes. There's still going to be at least one more guy. There's two snipers around here. This one usually stays hidden. And now we're going to have to come to this door on the left. And we're going to have to use our cutter to get through this door. Shoot. And we did all that just to get that band right there. And that opens the door we're heading to right now. Inside of this room, we're going to go ahead and loot. Inside that other door that we opened, or the band that we got, inside of here, there's going to be a constellation chest, the one with the stars above it. And there'll also be quite a few regular chests in here as well. So, let's see. We're going to take the items we definitely want. I don't need that. I'm a clapper, huh? But unfortunately, I'm full again. So we're going to have to go through here and take a look at stuff that we don't need. Don't need you. I don't need that. And don't need that. So we'll go ahead. We'll grab that thumper schematic. I'll pick up the sword. Why not? No, I don't need the rest. And same thing here. Look at this. That's a good one. We'll grab the stuff that we know we need for sure. And then there's the third and final chest. No Diamondine dust, but that's okay. There'll be some ammunition in here and some health if you need it. You know what? We've used some, so yeah, we'll take it. Tried to quit. And then that is it. So that's the run that I do for the... Oh, wait a second. I'm going to kill you. I didn't know he was there. This is the run that I do for Diamondine dust and for Carbide Scraps. And like I said, you're also picking up sand trout leathers. You're picking up still suit tubing. So there's a good amount of advanced items here, as well as, you know, killing Masquerade, because that's community service as far as I'm concerned. We got a heck of a run here. We're going to head straight on up, and you want to look for that little pillar there to the right. And once you get to that, the opening we came in at with that little break in the wall is right here to the left. If you killed the two people that were here, they might have respawned. I didn't kill them, so they definitely are still here. I'm just going to keep running. I don't need to engage them anymore. And we're going to head back up and see how good we did. It's a bit of a run, but, you know, keeps you safe, so there's no reason to fly down in there and get shocked. Let's hop in and we'll check our inventory real quick to see what we got. So, got some aluminum ore, 27 of the Spice Infused dust. That's great. We got quite a few. Over 50 Carbide Scraps and 20-ish of sand trouts and still suit tubing. Got 40 of the Diamondine dust. And now we're heading away. So that's the basic route that I go. You could do it in reverse order if you want. I just do it that way because it's the easiest way to hit it. The last thing we're going to cover is Irradiated Slag. You're going to need this for Spice Infused cells for the big super powerful generator. But normally, the only place you can get those is in Shoal. We are going to stay armored, even though we're heading to Shoal. Shoal's infamous for the radiation, but we're not going to go into that radiation zone. You can, and if you go to those little shipwrecks or the big main shipwreck, that's where you can get it. But I'm going to show you the way I do it with this little ship here that's right on the outside edge of Shoal. This is a non-radiation area, so that's why you saw me take that suit off. And we're just going to head down here. We're going to deal with 3 guys, and then we're going to see how many we can come away with. This is what I usually do when I just need a couple of these things real fast to get a generator running, or if it's a little close and I'm not real thrilled and don't want to invest too much down. I broke my ankles there. So you got 3 guys down here. What I usually like to do is see if I can spit dart one of them, get them poisoned. When you first come down here, early on in your journey, these guys are pretty tough. So don't be surprised. Oh, there he is. And he ducked. Okay. Oh, there you are. But once you get a little better geared up, they aren't too bad. It's usually a melee guy, a range guy, and then one of them chain gun dudes. Oh, poison guy. Him. Yep. But we're just going to use some of the cover that's laying around. Looks like dude's coming at us. I usually like to kind of stay right here in the center. That keeps the chain gun guy away from me. As he walked around back here. Oh, okay. But we can keep this little piece of scrap or obstacle. I don't know why he's standing over there looking aside, but yeah. Alright, we're done with dealing with this guy. Well, I guess we're not done. There we go. Alright, and now we're just going to come around. Now this guy was poisoned a second ago, so he should be pretty weak. He'll do that suspensor blast if you let him, just like he did there now with me. But we're going to stay on the melee and stab and goodbye. Nah, I don't need any of that. So our actual target is inside this crashed ship. You have to be careful because when you run in here, there's all these different mines. You see that one right there on the floor. I usually just run in. This chest doesn't have any. It's usually just a couple coins. But I will run off to the left. Then I'll come over here. This is a door that we're going to cut open. There's another chest. And that just sets off all the bombs. And then I'll head back over to where we started. And that was a good one. 12 irradiated slag. I'll take it. And we'll come up here. It's going to set us on fire a little. 7. Not bad. And then this door you have to cut open. Now, be careful because this is a PvP area. So you got to make sure you're not facing anybody. I usually immediately switch to melee and look behind me. And as long as everything's clear, we'll take everything we can out of both of these chests. And we are done here. So that would be basically the first run of this ship. If you wanted to make a second run, you're going to have to wait for the reset timer. Usually like 30 minutes, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it takes quite a while. So what we're going to do is let me back out of this PvP zone just in case. I didn't see anybody, and I don't think there's any bad guys around. But like I was saying, we're going to check how many we get. 35. Not bad. Yeah, I got Mark 5 Sparky. 35 is pretty good. Usually I will get anywhere between 20 to 50 from just that ship. You can go to all of these other crashes here. They will have some. Usually if I do this and include those ships, I'll get around 50 to 70, I believe. And that is without going to the big ship here in the middle. That one you can get about 50 to 70 from it just by itself. So what you can do is do the outer ring, get out of the radiation zone, make sure you put your suit on, and then do the other ship. But what I like to do is I will just head directly south from here. And I'm going to siege hop because this way I can come in to another siege and just hit that ship immediately. So if you don't know what siege hopping is, every siege that's on your main server, your home world, you can go to, and it's still your character. You exit to menu, and instead of continuing, hit servers, And these are all the world servers, and this is your server. So I'm just going to pick another one. Yeah, this one will be fine. It's low population. We'll take that. And I'm going to join, and it's going to put us back on the world map right outside of where we exited. And there we are. So we're just going to fly right on back in. And once this loads up, we're in the same area, but it's a different siege. So those chests inside of that crashed ship will have respawned already. And we can go hit them a second time. Same rules apply because this is a PvP zone. Whoa, woohoo. Easy there, big fella. Crap. Okay. So there's the ship. We're just going to head over. And it's going to be the same, like I said, the same situation. You don't need to see me kill these guys. It's just these three. But we get them, and we're going to go in. Same thing. We'll just run through because of all the explosions. Pick up some more Solari. If you do go pick these up, you will set yourself on fire. That's the reason why I use the toilet paper healing, because that will definitely put the fires out. If you're quick, you can get up there and snag those chests, but you will not be able to do this one because you have to use the cutter array in order to get through this door. Same rules apply. I'll hit that lock, I'll hit this lock, and then I immediately check behind me, switch to the sword, and there you go. Constellation chest is open. We'll take everything. And this one, and we're done. So now you can just keep doing this and go through every siege that's in your world server. There's like 20 of them. And if you're getting like 30 to... Oh man, I got a broken belt. If you're getting like 30 to 50 each time you do this, and there's 20 world servers, you can come out with a ton of irradiated slag. You'll be able to make enough Spice Infused fuel cells to keep that generator running for months. I'm actually not going to do any more. I need to go back and fix a belt. But, yeah, you can just go through here, siege hop your way through. And you can even do all the ships if you want to throw your radiation suit on. You can do all the ships and the big main ship in the middle. It's going to take a little bit longer, but, you know, just keep in mind that this is a PvP server. I know the population on mine is pretty low, so I don't really have a whole lot of other players running around. But if you're hopping sieges, you may not know anything about it. So even though it says low population, doesn't mean there aren't bad guys flying around. So always be on guard and always be really careful, just to make sure that you don't have a bad situation occur. Yeah, anytime you're in a PvP zone, just make sure you're always on guard, because you never know what could happen. But let's get back to our own siege. And I got a base here close by, so we're just going to head over. Yeah, I know my belt's breaking. We're going to head over here, and we're going to see how well we did with just those 2 runs. I think we were at 35 for the first one, so we'll have to see what we got for the second one. And 52. So didn't do as good the first run as we did, but you know, we're getting some schematics. I like that ship because it has the Taro cutter array, and we do get a couple other nice things here. We'll go through it, but yeah, that's the irradiated slag run. So hopefully, guys, this will help you out. Just getting some of the more advanced materials and some of the quick farming runs. I gotta go make myself a new belt or repair the one I got. I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet. But otherwise, that's a video. So, like I said, hope this helps, and good luck farming on your own. As always, I will see you out there, guys. So take care.